We're here today to dedicate Louisiana's newest artificial reef, which is going to be built at Goose Point off of Bayou Lacombe. We're here today at the Pontchartrain Yacht Club with a whole group of people to dedicate it and talk about all the good things we're doing with our partners. But this is all about the habitat and providing fisheries for our future generations. In Louisiana, we're losing our fisheries habitat for several reasons. Natural processes of coastal erosion, of subsidence, also the removal of man-made structures, our oil platforms and structures. So CCA Louisiana, as part of our mission, is building these artificial reefs coast-wide in Louisiana, from Lake Pontchartrain all the way to the Texas border, to replace some of this habitat so that we can try to maintain our fisheries for our future generations, and this is part of our mission. We could not do any of this without our partners. And years ago, we started a partnership between our volunteers, between governmental agencies, and industry partners. And in this case, we're partnering with St. Tammany Parish, who's providing the materials, which is recycled concrete that has come off of bridge and road projects that has been broken up and cleaned and gotten all of the debris out of it. It's environmentally safe to go into the water. So that's one big leg of this. Also, our industry partners, today Chevron is our major financial partner in this. And they've been a long-time partner, partnered with us many reefs for the past 10 or 12 years. And we're so happy to have this trio of partners here with our volunteers, our governmental agencies, and our industry partners.
We're deploying an artificial reef off of Goose Point. Back in 2020, when Parish President Mike Cooper took over the program, St. Tammany didn't have a coastal, took over the parish. St. Tammany Parish did not have a coastal program. And so we've initiated over $25 million worth of coastal projects and a $6 billion coastal flood protection plan for the parish. And this is part of it. Goes back to that old but useful line of multiple lines of defense. So over there in Goose Point is Big Branch Federal Refuge, which is a little gem of the parish, but it's eroding away. So we have a pretty big $5 million living shorelines project right along the coastline there. And then beyond that, we're going to do a series of artificial reefs, which we're doing today, to help break the waves down as multiple lines of defense.
Could you speak a little bit to how this installation today will affect the people in the parish?
Well, it's great. It gives them an opportunity to go out fishing, recreation opportunity. They can go kayaking and boating, and the reef is pretty close to shore. I believe it's just in 11 feet of water. There's some reefs out in the lake. They're in much deeper water and harder to get to. This one's pretty close, and it's in very close proximity to the shoreline as well as our living shorelines. When you put these structures underwater, it attracts fish, crabs, shrimp, birds, all sorts of stuff. So it really adds to the experience of living on the North Shore.
This project is one of many that we have planned along Lake Pontchartrain to protect our coastal resources, particularly in the Lacombe area along Goose Point, which is a historical area for St. Tammany. The artificial reef is the first step in protecting our coastal shoreline here in Lacombe. Well, our citizens who enjoy utilizing our rivers, streams, and the beautiful Lake Pontchartrain, this will provide another fishing area with the reefs being formed to draw aquatic activity. And those who love to go out onto the lake and fish and crab, this will just provide another dimension for them to enjoy here in St. Tammany.
So Chevron has partnered with CCA for over a decade, and I believe this is more than a dozen reefs that we've done with them, and we are so excited to be a part of this project that really protects marine life and protects the marine habitat. Chevron's so happy to be here with our friends at CCA and St. Tammany Parish to install this reef. This reef is something that we're so proud of because this is our home. This is where Chevron lives here in Louisiana. We work here, we play here, and I hope that the kids that we raise here will come and fish this reef one day.
Could you speak to the design aspect of installing something like this?
Yeah, so St. Tammany Parish had some crushed concrete material from I-12 demolition a few years ago. That material was stockpiled here in the parish. GIS assisted the parish with transporting that material to a laydown yard on the shores of the lake. We had to have a dock facility where we could load the material into a barge and move it out to the reef site. Once the material was available, GIS was involved in surveying the bottom of the lake and coming up with a layout for the reef that would be beneficial for the fishing aspects, recreational use, and ultimately some shoreline protection.
Could you talk a little bit about the shape and the layout of the structure?
Yeah, so we use the bottom contours to identify the best location, where there's adequate depth above the top of the structures to facilitate wildlife production and growth and fishing resources. The reefs there are about 200 feet long by 50 feet wide. They come up to about 5 feet beneath the water surface. They're shaped in a way to work with the currents and the waves and provide a great habitat for fisheries.
From the point of view of an average citizen, what type of benefits will they see from this installation?
Fishing opportunities, right? That's why we're all here, right? Provide recreational habitat for the fish, give the opportunity for the residents to come out and use these great resources that the state has.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just happy to be a part of this. I know GIS is proud to partner with CCA and St. Tammany Parish and get this reef in place. I, for one, am an avid fisherman, and I hope to be out here catching some fish one day myself.
Good morning. I'm John Walter, the Habitat Chairman of the Coastal Conservation Association of Louisiana. We're here today in Mandeville, Louisiana at the Pontchartrain Yacht Club to dedicate Louisiana's newest artificial reef that is being constructed at Goose Point, nearby Lacombe. So today we've brought all the partners together so you can hear from each one of them and understand what it takes to put a big project like this together. Because no one organization can do this without the support of all the others. And we're so happy today to be joined with our partners. And I'm going to start with Ms. Alex Jeremy from Chevron, longtime supporter of our habitat program and of CCA, and a major partner in this Goose Point Reef.
Thank you, John. What a beautiful day. We are out here today in Mandeville in beautiful St. Tammany Parish, where Chevron also calls home, and we are just so grateful to every single one of these partners for making this artificial reef happen. This is going to be such a great addition for the community, for our residents, and for the people who live and work here. We're just really happy to be one small part of it. And I'm going to pass it. Can I pass it? Yes. I'm going to pass it along to the one and only Parish President Cooper.
Thank you very much. It is a beautiful morning here in St. Tammany Parish. I too want to thank our partners. This project would not be possible without their support. This artificial reef is just one of many that we hope to provide along Lake Pontchartrain for the benefit of those who live here and also for those who love to come and fish and recreate here on Lake Pontchartrain. So thankful to our partners, our consulting engineers, GIS Engineering, Chevron, CCA, Louisiana, North Shore, and Slidell, and Wildlife and Fisheries, among others. It could not be possible without you. And I'm going to pass this on to Charlie Kaplinger with CCA Louisiana.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Charlie Kaplinger. I am the CCA State Chairman, and on behalf of CCA, we are delighted to be here. This is our 7th reef in Lake Pontchartrain. This is our 58th reef across the Louisiana coast, and thanks to people like Chevron, like Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, we have a contract for 40 more over the next 4 years. So this will be another big run of habitat building across the coast of Louisiana. This is important because St. Tammany is a big fishing community. We love our seafood. We love recreating. Recreational fishing is a part of our culture, and we are happy to be here. And we can't thank Chevron for being our big brother, big sister, and funding this, and of course the parish, who is going to also add to this project with other kind of phases, and then lastly, Wildlife and Fisheries has been a wonderful partner for us, and without them, these things couldn't happen. So we have a great team, and we're glad to be here. This is Mr. Randy Pausina with St. Tammany Parish.
Hey, yeah, I'm the coastal manager here at St. Tammany Parish, and what makes this reef, in my opinion, so unique is it's 100% recycled concrete from our parish from the I-12 widening project. And we were able to, it was the start of our Materials Opportunity Program. We were able to acquire all this material and donate it to CCA and start the ball rolling. And here we are today.
Excellent.
And next is Travis Byland with GIS Engineering.
Yeah, how you doing? Travis Byland, project manager with GIS Engineering. GIS is very happy to participate in this great opportunity to assist the parish in transport of the material from the parish's laydown yard out to the lake, and then provide a design for these reef structures that will benefit everyone during their recreational fishing opportunities. Thank you.
Now we're going to hear from Assistant Secretary of Fisheries, Mr. Ryan Montague. Wildlife and Fisheries has been our partner for the last 25 years on all the reef projects that CCA Louisiana has completed. And without them, we just couldn't do it at all. They have not only the statutory authority, but the biologists and the technical people to help us with the permitting and everything else. So I'm going to let Secretary Montague tell us a little bit about his department and our partnership.
Thank you, John. My name is Ryan Montague. I'm the Assistant Secretary at Wildlife and Fisheries, where we administer this artificial reef program. And like Charlie said, we are ramping up to drop as many of these reefs in the water all around the state as possible, because they benefit the anglers of the state by providing additional fish habitat, close nearby fishing spots. And we are doing our best to get as many of these things in the water as possible, and we could not do that without our partners, CCA. And this project in particular wouldn't be possible without St. Tammany Parish. So we certainly appreciate that. GIS, thanks for your hard work and dedication to this particular stuff. And again, the more habitat that we can put into the water for fishing and for recreational access, the better for the citizens of the state. And without all the people involved, and it takes a team to make this stuff happen, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today. So we look forward to dropping more of these in the water in the future, and we hope to get additional support from parishes like St. Tammany. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Just a little bit more about the project. This is 4,000 tons of recycled concrete that came off of road projects that we have removed all of the rebar and foreign materials from to make it environmentally sound. This material had to be trucked to a dock to load onto barges, and then our marine contractor is out on the water where they're going to place this in a strategic pattern that was laid out with consultation from our biologists and engineers to create a great environment for our fisheries here. Because in Louisiana, all of our lakes and even out in the Gulf have soft bottoms. It's either sand or mud. There's no hard bottom in Louisiana, no coral, no rock. So we're providing this hard structure for the marine organisms to have an attachment to start the food chain. So these organisms will attach to this hard surface, start the food chain. It will provide harborage and forage for bait fish, which of course will attract our sport fish that we like to go and catch out in the lake. So in short order, and normally it's amazing when we put these reefs down, people go and try them out a couple of weeks later, and there are already fish there that's kind of attracted to the changes in the bottom contours. But over the next year, it's going to populate with these organisms. It's really going to be productive, and it's really going to add to the ecosystem here in Lake Pontchartrain. So if you want more information about these artificial reefs, you can go to ccalouisiana.com and see our section on it, or you can go to the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. It's wlf.gov. .la.gov. WLF.
Mistaken, but you can Google Wildlife and Fisheries.
Right, .gov.
You're right there.
And they have a page also dedicated to habitat and artificial reefs all across the state. And we just plan on continuing more and more of these reefs. This is fourth one we've done in 2025. We have 7 more on the schedule for this calendar year, and we have 40 more to do in the next 4 years under our current arrangement with Wildlife and Fisheries. So we just appreciate all the support from all the partners. As you can see, it takes a team. We can't do this by ourselves, and we're just so happy to be here today to dedicate this newest reef at Goose Point.
So this is not a secret spot, is it?
This is not a secret spot. It's CCALouisiana.com, WLF.LA.gov. You can find all the coordinates for not only this reef, but all the other reefs that span from here to the Texas state line. So thank you all for coming out today for this dedication for this reef. And soon we hope we can take everybody out fishing and have a good time.
I would like for people to realize that an investment such as this is an enhancement to the quality of life and recreation that we have here in St. Tammany Parish. And we ask all that can to help preserve our coastline in any way that they can. We're doing this for the future of St. Tammany Parish.
So Chevron lives here, we work here. We're today on the beautiful lakefront in Mandeville. We have an office right up the road in Covington. So it's so important for us to invest in the places that we live and work.
These artificial reefs create a destination for anglers to access. They're going to be mapped. They're going to be displayed on our website, which is CCALouisiana.com. So that gives them an area to target, that they know that, hey, there's some structure here. There may be some bait here. There may be some fish here that we can catch. So that's one of the benefits of it. The other major benefit is the ecological services that it provides. There's no hard structures out in our waters in Louisiana. It's either a sandy bottom or a mud bottom. We don't have natural coral or rock bottoms for the marine organisms to attach to. So providing this hard structure starts that marine food chain so that the small plants and animals can attach to the hard structure. That provides for the bait fish that congregate around it, which then also attract the sport fish that we like to go after. So we've designed this reef in a manner to work with the incoming and outgoing tides to provide an area for harborage for our bait fish, for an attachment point for these marine organisms, and more importantly for a food source for our sport fish that we rely on here in Louisiana, which is part of our culture and part of our heritage. It's very important to be involved in organizations, and if you want to learn more about ours, go to our website at CCALouisiana.com, and you'll see all about our habitat program, our other programs, and all the good things that we do. So please, if you love Louisiana as a sportsman's paradise, get involved, join somebody's organization, whether it's ours or someone else's, and make a difference. Because it's really important that we preserve what we have here in Louisiana, because we're quickly losing it.